today should be a rather interesting match. Over here we got the Smolensk by Yar the Bug. It unfortunately lost the last battle and is now down here in the loser bracket. It's going to have to fight its way back up, unfortunately. I believe it went up against the Trident last time. Also, this ship won the aesthetics competition, and you can definitely tell that a lot of hard work was put into this with the mimics, decals, and everything. Very well done ship. So today it's going to be facing off the ever infamous 4 Keys by AiyonMk3. Another very good looking ship. Fortunately, he was only able to get an honorable mention because it was somewhat unfinished. And if only you guys knew how hard I had to try to convince Ion to enter this thing. Anyway. Looking forward to this being a very interesting match. I think I'm just doing the commentary on my own this time. Lilkari's in voice chat here, but I think he's taking a shit or something. Not sure, but anyway.
No, I'm here. I'm just thinking, oh, volume fire versus volume of fire. Oh no.
Pretty much, yeah. Anyway, do you have any predictions before I get this started?
Oh, I've seen the 4 Keys. I have yet to see the Smolensk.
Yeah, it should be an interesting one because one does better light block damage, which pretty much is all the 4 Keys is made of. But the 4 Keys just has so much spam of unguided missiles that should make it very interesting. I'm kind of leaning towards the Smolensk on this, but I guess I'll just have to see how that pans out. Now, remember, since we got the 4 Keys out here, pretty good chance that it's going to lag like a motherfucker here, so... Anyway, here we go. And there's the lag spike.
And there's all the missiles.
Opening volleys coming out. Both are launching their aircraft. I was mentioning to Lilkari before we got this battle started. This is a tournament I might be willing to do again in the future, so just something for you guys at home watching, keep that in mind. Maybe, who knows, you might win.
Looks like the target's launched its torpedoes, but the smoke is turning, so I don't think those will hit.
Yes.
Maybe 1 or 2.
There's just... I just went and added like so much DACA to his ship there, and just the block spam is a little insane. He keeps saying that it's not spam, but as much as it lags...
It might as well be.
Oh yeah. But that's probably more of a spin block thing because of his paddle wheels than actually the wood blocks in general. It looks like AiyonMk3's spotter plane has already been destroyed.
Yeah.
Yar's is still up and about in the background there.
So far, the Smolensk is in the lead in terms of material usage.
Yeah, it's also taken not very much damage so far. All the weapons are still active as far as I can tell. Looks like it did have a torpedo volley come at it though.
Yeah, the Smolensk is just chewing the 4 Keys apart.
Which I kind of theorized would happen because a lot of it's just extremely light armor, which Smolensk with a rapid fire, high explosive rounds, I think it specializes it pretty good.
So I'm not too surprised seeing it being taken down.
I also should remind everyone that since this is a loser's bracket battle, the whichever one loses this one will essentially be eliminated from the tournament. So, kind of an important fight here. We got a really good slug match going on here, though. I think.
Yeah.
Smolensk is
taking damage.
Yeah, Smolensk is still hanging in there, pretty strong.
There's a 5% lead on the Forkies, though.
Mm-hmm. We've had some really beautiful ships come through this tournament too. Like the one that blew Geos in half.
We're still theorizing what happened that day.
Yeah, I'm kind of tormented by the fact I wasn't able to catch that explosion on camera, but it seems like the explosion radius on Matey's weapon, it's just so freaking big. I think it just went down into the turret well, popped it, and basically cut the ship in half. That's my theory anyway.
Yeah, that'll be my theory as well, considering you got turret chain as well.
Oh yeah. Looks like all the main weapons over here are still active. Smolensk still going strong, still has actually a little more considerable lead over the Forkies right now.
Yeah. Now, if you do plan on another tournament, how about this for an idea? The Panama Canal Challenge.
Panama Canal Challenge. I'm guessing it's just for ships that are capable of passing through the Panama Canal?
Yep.
Okay.
Basically,
Did they?
Truman. Yeah, the Truman battleships.
Okay. Quick question though. Didn't they make it wider and deeper over the years though?
Yeah.
Would I go by the old measurements or the new then?
Which one will be a lot more fun?
I'm guessing the newer ones. Because Dama likes big boats and he cannot lie. I just had a quick look at shells just to see if I can remember if they're the same ones. And yeah, I believe they're just high explosive inertial. I think it's some very interesting competing strategies we got going on here. We got the rapid fire spam versus the block spam.
Yeah.
Smolensk already has well over a 10% lead on the Forkies. I think, yeah, the Smolensk still has its spotter plane out there and available.
Yeah, so I won't be going blind anytime soon.
I would like to do a tank tournament here, but I think I mentioned that in a video before. I'm thinking of calling it Dama's Dank Tank Spank or some shit like that.
By the way, the Panama's maximum boat length is 366 meters. The maximum width of the boat can only be 49 meters, and the maximum boat draft can only be 15.2 meters.
You may be onto something. Maybe that's a rule that we could add to steaming pilot ship to enact. I don't know.
For those who don't know, draft is basically how deep a boat can get from the water line.
15 meters is fairly shallow, as I recall. Or at least for my ships it is. Oh, just lost the top of the superstructure there.
As well as the biggest weapon the Forkies had.
Yes. There's a missile launcher right in here. I went through a lot of good effort trying to hide a lot of his weapon systems. Especially down here with the torpedo launcher. It's been kind of interesting seeing his craft here lately because he's been trying to recreate the same style as the Forkies here. Did some very interesting things with it. Looks like we finally got one of the turrets disabled. It looks like they were going through a reload cycle there. It's almost got like a... Yeah, it's got a 20% lead over AiyonMk3 now. I remember...
We have a newcomer.
What's that?
Hi, Aiyon. How you doing?
Oh, hey, An. We were just doing the recording for your match against the Smolensk.
Oh. It's either good or bad timing.
Maybe a bit of both.
Both.
Smolensk has about a 20% lead over you.
Only halfway through the match. Depends how much weapons left. And yeah, I'm fine. How are you guys doing?
I
Pretty
believe
good.
the only weapons you have left are the cram cannons.
Ooh.
Yeah,
And the torpedoes.
top of your superstructure got shot off.
Well, he did ask for block confetti, I think.
Yeah, you definitely delivered on the block confetti, Ion.
Looks
So
like the
thanks
missile
to-
got knocked out again.
Yeah.
Me and, well, Kari were just discussing possible tournaments here. He thought it'd be interesting to do a Tillman battleship one. Which I had something similar in mind, so maybe that's something that we could try to combine some ideas on.
Oh, we could try and work something out about that.
I would like to try to do some kind of super battleship tournament, though.
Yeah. For anyone who cares about a Tillman battleship, the Tillman battleship was only limited to the Panama Canal sites. It was basically unrestricted by the United States Navy Research Department to design a battleship as big as possible that could fit in the Panama Canal.
And they came up with some very bizarre designs. I highly suggest that you look them up because I don't think you'll find bigger pictures of battleships anywhere else. Keep in mind, these are all theoretical, of course.
Yeah, not a single one was built.
I think the congressman was just like, why does the Navy keep wanting bigger and bigger ships? Why don't they just go for the biggest and call it a day? I think was kind of the premise behind this. Stop me if I'm wrong here.
And for anyone who's curious, this is well before World War I or World War II. Concerning the Tillman 1, or the Maximum Battleship 1, was designed in December 13th, 1916.
Alright, the Forkies has gone 2 damaged, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Congratulations to Yar the Buggers. Smolensk has won this round. We'll be restarting here in a little bit.
Yeah.
I do like how spectacular it looks when it's torn apart like that. I don't know.
Before we end the match, let's have a quick look at the Smolensk. Because you did some damage to this, believe it or not, Ian. One of the turrets did get knocked out. I was honestly expecting maybe a little bit more damage, considering the belt armor for this is just a little on the thin side for me, like maybe a layer of metal than alloy, but...
It might be what happened in the previous appearance, where the missile AI got knocked out early on. I wasn't here for the start of it, so I don't know.
You're
how long
actually
the-
launching a fair amount of missiles.
Was it from the side batteries or just the dorsal launcher?
I don't recall right now, to be honest with you, but we still have like one more fight depending on whether you win or not. So let's go ahead and set it back up for the next one.
Yeah, folks, just to give you an idea how big the Tillman battleships were, they were in length 297 meters,
Mm-hmm.
133 meters wide, and its draft was only 10 meters.
Yeah, and from the depths terms, the last super battleship I made was about 200 meters long, just for a better reference for you guys.
And folks, these battleships would have been the Yamato class battleships before the Yamato class battleships were designed.
I think there was one that just like had pretty much nothing but guns just spammed all over the damn thing. They're like what, 4 or 6 guns per turret, some shit like that. I can't remember.
Yeah. The will be
It was
the
pretty
Tillman
nuts.
2 and 4. Both had 24 guns, 16-inch, or 106 millimeters, 50 caliber guns, and 4 6-gun turrets.
How big are the guns?
406 millimeters, 16-inch.
16-inch. Yeah, that's us Americans. We do like our 16-inch guns.
Then
Okay.
the Tillman 4s went for 13 8-inch guns. And the second version of the 4, 15 8-inch guns.
Oof, that's a hell of a broadside.
Yeah. And the belt armor rarely changed except for Tillman 1, Tillman 2, Tillman 3. Tillman 1 had 229 to 457 millimeters of armor for its belt.
It's a little
Tillman
crazy.
2 and 3 had 178 to 330 millimeters of armor. And Tillman 4, Tillman 4-1, Tillman 4-2 all had 203 to 483 millimeters of armor.
So that probably goes up to about maybe 16, 17 inches, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're ready to start the next round. Do you have any comments you'd like to make before I start this off, since you just got here?
Well, I recently admitted it in the tournament discussion thread, but Forky's, I think, suffers from too much spam.
Okay, fair enough.
And I say that in like the rocket pods are spectacular, but it could have really done with a little more weight to the missiles.
You have been doing a lot of designs with rocket spam here lately, to be honest.
And
No, I mean, like,
curious about the size of the ships. They'll be only slightly smaller than the Yamato.
That's something to think about. Alright,
And they're all planned to be just as fast.
and just as fuel hungry too, I imagine. If not more so.
Yeah.
Alright, well I'm ready
I
to...
kind of wish the more recent launcher design, based on the ones the Forkies uses, were on the Forkies for the tournament. But can't go back and change history, can we?
Well, as I was discussing with Olakari, this is a tournament that I am considering revisiting in the future, so... Yes. Anyway, unless anyone has anything else they'd like to add, we'll go ahead and kick this off. Alright
Seems
then.
not. Let's go for it.
I might just try to resolve all the brackets today, if that's cool with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Because I got like 3 more matches that I could probably record today. And I would love to keep you guys as commentators for that.
Shame
Here
haven't
we
got
go,
anyone else
the
on, really.
opening salvos once again. I imagine Super Minor at Cogular might pop back in. They tend to do that.
True that.
And after we got through the big lag spike there,
As I said, I am fixing that, darn it. I don't
Correction.
intend to win by lag.
All the Tillman battleships would have been faster than the Yamato class battleship.
really?
Yeah, they were ranging around 49 kilometers an hour.
Hmm.
Some the Tillman 401 dipping down to 46.7. Fastest one being the Tillman 3 at 56.
If I remember correctly, Yar said he went through some great effort here to try to make sure that this thing stayed moving at all times, and it seems like it's been working out well for it. Especially because we got a bunch of unguided missiles here and crams. That'd be a very good counter to that.
And hearing from the depths, the speed of a single Tillman battleship, except for which one was it again that was fastest? The Tillman 3 would roughly be 12 meters per second.
It looks like AiyonMk3's spotter plane got shot down once again, sadly.
A fun fact, if that thing takes like a single hit to its main body, it tends to break in half. So,
Ooh.
one of the flaws in its design, but it's not meant to be a fighter in any kind of way.
So, question, if I do redo this tournament, do you think having spotter planes is something that should be kept in?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's an option, and as we've seen in this one, it's not mandatory because a lot of people have not done it.
Yeah. I think only it seemed like maybe a handful of designs do that. Actually, 2 only really come to mind now that I think about it.
3, maybe 4. Remember there was someone with a blimp?
Yeah, Small Lens has the blimp one. See?
Oh,
I know yours and Yar's has one, but I can't remember anyone else beyond that, to be honest.
I'm noticing your cramps might have been a bit better off if you had some sort of fuse put into them.
They do have a fuse put into them.
Really?
Inertial or timed?
If I recall when I made this, I was in the habit of putting both. But yeah, they do have fuses built into them.
That's probably what I would have done, so yeah.
I usually do altitude and time.
These are pure HE, are they not?
Yeah, they were originally frag, but I decided to just go double down on explosive. They were meant to be a secondary gun anyway.
I think if you went with heavier rockets using frag, you could probably really increase the damage output here.
Yeah, that's why when I redid those launches, it's like, sure, I cut down on the number of rockets, but I also greatly increased the payload of those rockets. And actually made the launchers cheaper while I was at it as well, so, you know, that's how the game works out sometimes.
Yep. No, you're getting a lot of good block confetti there. I mean, look at all this down here.
I know, the entire forward docking area has been blown off.
Still, I think it's a ship you should be very proud of.
Oh yeah. If I wasn't at least invested in it somewhere, I wouldn't be trying to rework it for current.
With a little bit of tweaking, I think it could make an interesting deepwater guard ship.
Yeah, it does kind of remind you of Deepwater Guard a bit, doesn't it?
Pretty heavily,
Yeah.
now that I say it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I find that ship once completed on the Deepwater Guard side.
What, do I need to submit it somewhere or something?
If I think you could. I wouldn't know how to go about doing it. You'd probably have to go to the official Discord and ask around about it. But then again, I'm not a huge fan of the official Discord, so yeah.
No, can't
Yeah,
say
from the way you talk about it, sounds like American Politics 2.0.
Except it's from the Death Politics, but yeah.
That's why I said 2.0.
Yeah.
Something interesting I've noticed, by the way, in this fight.
What's that?
And this is a commendation to Yar, by the way. This is Yar's ship, isn't it?
Yes. The beauty pageant winner.
Yeah, in the other fights Forkies has been involved in, no one else has managed to snap the mast off.
Well, heavy HE spam like this is bound to do something, am I right?
Yeah, but I mean, like, the mast has survived, like, the other fights, as I recall, but in both rounds of this one, the mast has been utterly demolished. And that's, of course, where the dorsal missile pod is.
Yeah, but this has only been like the third match that you've been involved in. But then again, Smallness has only been involved in 3 itself.
True.
As I had mentioned earlier before Ion got here, the person who fails to get the win in this match here will unfortunately be eliminated. And it looks like, sadly, it's AiyonMk3 because he just hit 2 damaged. Smollett's came out with a lot higher health after the fact there.
Yeah, I think it's the it worked against it last time we saw it, but in this case, Forkies doesn't have the armor to resist the high rate of fire.
Or the
that
explosions.
the puts out. No, I mean it's got bulk, but it just doesn't have the armor to shrug off the blast damage, which is what we saw last time Smollett's was in the fight.
Yeah.
Except on the ablative armor around midships, but you know. The crew quarters survived as longer than most of the ship.
I should note here, let me have a look at my brackets here real quick again. Looks like the Smolensk is going to be going back up against the Trident when I did the random number generator.
Has it faced Trident before?
Yes, that's what dropped it down to the loser's bracket.
No, I would suggest reshuffling them, like you did last time.
I may have to do that, yeah. Okay.
Ideally, we want fights that have not happened before. And yeah, there goes the Forkies.
You've made a good argument. I think I can arrange that then. But yes, congratulations to Yar the Bug. Good job.
Congrats, yeah. I'm not
Congratulations.
Alright, so I guess we'll just wrap up the video here. I think next time we're going to try to do... Now, if we're going to mix this up, let's do it right. Let me just switch some things around here. Just so I have something written here of how this is going to work. Let's see here. Alright. This is a match that I would have liked to have seen anyway. After AiyonMk3's request to kind of shuffle things around so you don't see the same match again. It'll be the AiyonMk3 versus the Smolensk Revision 2. So I think that'll make for a very interesting match. Alright, well I'm going to wrap up the video here then. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. This has been Dama2 with Lolakari and AiyonMk3 as guest commentators. Have yourselves a hell of a day, and keep your hammer high. Later.
See you guys.
Later.